When a new player joins the oldest Anarchy server in Minecraft, their first objective is to survive. This means getting as far away as possible from the wasteland known as Spawn. Finding a nether portal and braving the dangerous highways is usually the quickest way to success, as these highways go all the way to the world border. But what about the roads less traveled? Specifically the Overworld Highways. While a much safer option, they are not traveled as frequently as their nether counterparts, and they don't receive as much player maintenance. If they are used, players will often branch off of them after just a few thousand blocks of walking. The highways are littered with ruins of towns, rest stops, farms, and other creations. So today, we're going on a road trip on the Western Highway, the least traveled of the 4 major roadways on the Overworld. Is it all completely destroyed, or are there signs of civilization farther down the road? I don't even know how far out this highway goes, so we could be walking for an hour, or maybe even 20. It's time to find out, so buckle up, grab a beverage, and hit that subscribe button. It's road trip time. But before we get started today, I'd like to thank Raycon for sponsoring today's video. I actually have a pair of Raycon earbuds, and I love these things. They are my go-to earbuds for the gym and when I'm at home playing Minecraft. The sound quality is just as amazing as the other top brands, and they're only half the price. The ones I'm using are the everyday E25s, their best ones yet. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, available in multiple colors, and their compact design helps to get rid of background noise. I also like the fact that you can click either earbud with a finger to pause your music. Makes it super convenient if you need to stop for some reason. Go to buyraycon.com/FitMC for 15% off your order. I've left a link in the description for you if you need it. Now then, let's get started. I hope you're ready for this road trip, because I sure am. We are at the very start of the Western Highway. If you're talking coordinates, it goes in the -X direction. Now, as I mentioned previously, I have no idea how far this highway actually goes. We have just passed over the Great Spawn Trench, which is about 2,000 blocks away from Spawn, and we're going to head west. So who knows what kind of ruins we're going to find along this road. Looks like a giant Vortex Coalition symbol made out of obsidian, or at least what's left of it. I've seen a lot of those symbols on this highway so far. You may have noticed that I'm walking right now, even though I have my Elytra equipped. That's because I actually want to walk the first 50,000 blocks and then use Elytra. At 3,200 blocks, we've come across the first town. Well, I should say the ruins of the first town. And this is a prime example of why you do not build this close to Spawn and this close to a highway at the same time. But look at the vines coming down from all the blocks. It's actually kind of a cool touch, makes it seem like legit ruins. As we go along, you may notice the roads have a lot of obsidian in them. This is because it makes it easier to place crystals to attack people, but also because it's just a durable highway material. Coming up on the 8,000 milestone right here, 8,000 blocks we've traveled on foot. And there's some banners here, some signs, but not a whole lot going on. You know, we need to get farther out to find the good stuff. We are almost at the 10,000 block mark of the highway, and the terrain is starting to get a little bit more normal. I say a little bit, but it's still 2b2t, so it's pretty wrecked. But who knows what we're going to find from this point on. I'm excited. This is the actual 10,000 block milestone. Wait, I've seen this paw print symbol before, but I just can't quite put my finger on it right now. That is a lot of hoppers. Normally, I would ask why, but on this server, sometimes it's better not to ask any questions. The 15,000 block milestone, and there's a lot of signs here. Okay, so even though this is the least traveled of the major overworld highways, there's still a lot of player activity here, which is very interesting to see. So that tells me there's probably a lot more to this highway farther on down the road. Check this out. Sorry, Cracky Comics, this is not the end, not even close. We have a long ways to go yet. After 16,000 blocks, we have finally located the first legitimate food source on the highway itself. That's crazy. So if you were just walking out of Spawn brand new, you'd have to go 16,000 blocks just for that melon. I feel like there's easier ways to get food near Spawn. Check that out. The ruins of an old castle right off the highway, and all things considered, even though the bottom of it is completely blown up, it's in great shape. That is very cool. A nice sight to see on this abandoned highway. At 21,000 blocks, we have what appears to be our very first non-griefed structure. Wow, so it only took 21,000 blocks to find a little bit of civilization here. Not bad. Let's take a look inside. Wait, the signs are in Russian. That's interesting. At 26,000 blocks, we appear to have a pretty well renovated rest area here. I mean, it's completely flattened, the road's in great condition. It looks like there's a tree farm over here. Wow, okay, so this seems to be one of the most intact rest stops we've found so far. It looks like there was a build over here that's been kind of griefed, but I mean, otherwise, it's in great shape. It's nice to see some level of maintenance on this highway. That would be an end crystal. Oh my god, right next to all these signs. Whoever did this was a jerk. The minute that end crystal blows up, all the signs are going to be gone. Oh, that is a cruel trick to play. But I suppose if you had a piston, you could probably push the crystal away to detonate it. That's a lot of work, though, for just one crystal like that. But the pathway continues here. It's mainly cobblestone now. There's no obsidian in the road, so we're definitely getting far out. Don't make me cry. 28,000 blocks, we've got another building here that seems pretty well intact despite being right next to the highway, and there's this underground hallway that goes underneath the lake that the base is built next to. And it looks like it's built with pretty rudimentary materials like cobblestone, wood planks, etc. Down here in the basement, there is a wheat farm, and it looks like they've done a really nice job of replanting. Whoever was maintaining this farm has done a very good job. Look at that 30k milestone. It's made out of like a hodgepodge of materials like netherrack, cobblestone, but hey, a milestone is a milestone. I ventured a couple hundred blocks off the highway and found this, the first intact town we've seen along the Western Highway. This is cool. It's like all igloos, a winter-themed town. You know, this is the kind of stuff that I don't normally get to see, so I'm glad I've been making this trip. Diamond tools? Yeah, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Yep, nothing. Just as I thought. This tent has a ton of signs on it. It should be able to tell us how old this winter town is, and it looks like it's just over a year old. So this town has managed to survive an entire year despite being incredibly close to the Western Highway. Whoever built this, I give you props. This is an incredible town for being so close to a roadway. Coming up here, another ungriefed structure here at 33,000 on the highway. Alright, so as we get farther along, there seems to be more and more stuff that is intact right immediately next to the highway. This house is not as lucky as that rest stop we just passed. I mean, to be fair, why would you build your house literally right next to the highway? What's wrong with you, man? Whatever that is in the distance, it's huge, so we need to go check it out. This tunnel leads right underneath the lake and should lead us right to that farmhouse or whatever that thing is. Just as I thought, it's the ruins of a farm, but I mean, all things considered, it has been griefed a bit, but it's still recognizable, so it's a very cool build to see. Ooh, I hear wither explosions, so it sounds like we might not want to stick around too long. But man, and they had something going all the way down to bedrock here. And what appears to be a room for satanic rituals? Okay, I'm not going to ask any more questions. Yep. A flaming 2b2t's sign, because after 45,000 blocks, you may have forgotten what server you're on. Take a look at this ruined town. It's about 2,000 blocks shy of the 50k milestone, but there's vines everywhere. There's ender chests, and it looks like some players have stopped here to rest and eat and drop some items here. So there's definite civilization off in this direction. Wow, but hey, I mean, like I said, it's cool to see a town still so intact. Almost to the 50k milestone, we have to go, as the sign clearly says, and poop. Oh god. Wow. Look at that thing. The only word I can use to describe that lava cast is thick. Let's take a look at the inside, because that's where the 50k milestone is. And here we are on the inside, and I don't even know what this used to be. Was it a town? Was it an actual monument? Who Who cares at this point? But we've made it to 50,000 blocks. And it looks like some people have been here recently, so there have been some travelers that have come through here, at least in the past few months. But look at how much cobble there is in this cast. This thing is massive. Now that we've reached 50k, it's time to actually fly with the Elytra. This will greatly speed up the journey. So I'm curious how much more is left to this highway. I mean, it could go on for another 10,000 blocks or maybe even 100. Like I said, I have no idea how long this highway is. It's the only one I don't know the length of. So today has been sort of an experiment, if you will. Now here's something you don't see every day, a chunk border right on the highway. So we're going to take a closer look. A chunk border is terrain that is from an older version of the game, and someone's taken some water, poured it over the side, and it's going right over the top of this long hallway. And oh, like that sign says, I wish I had shaders enabled right now. This is so cool. This is why exploration is one of the most fun things you can do on this server, because even if you've been on the server for a long time like I have, you can still see cool stuff like this. I'm glad we've been making this trip today. At this point in the journey, we've gone so far out that the highway is nothing more than a single line of cobblestone. So we might be getting close to the end if it's starting to get like this. But, oh, hold up. Oh, we got a lava cast. Oh, that is a massive lava cast base. It's not uncommon to see players make bases out of lava cast on 2b2t, but, you know, to outsiders, this kind of thing might be ugly, but there's just something beautiful about lava casting. Just the fact that this can all be accomplished with just a water bucket and a lava bucket. There's just something extraordinary. Another chunk border base. Yeah, look at this house that's just teetering right over the edge here. That's pretty funny. Oh, hold up. Oh, that's too small to be a dupe stash. We got a bunch of chests there. Let's check it out. Oh, a furnace is going, so someone's actually basing here. Interesting. There's some enchanted items. Actually, I'll take that rod. Why not? On this account, I don't really have much. Oh, there's diamond items. So if you were a new player coming through here, this would be the jackpot for you. Sheesh. But basing this close to the highway is never a good idea. So maybe they were just here temporarily and they'll be heading out soon. But I think we should probably rest here for the evening. I've been on 2b2t for a few hours now. And that is a build of furnaces. You know, I've seen enough furnaces over the past month with everything that's been happening on this server. I'm good. I'm good. Looks like this used to be a ship. The sails are still partially intact. And then you've got a manor just right off the side of the highway here, and a pit going all the way down to bedrock with some farms. Alright, so this rest stop is still pretty much intact, only minor damage. No comment. No comment. Here at 73,000 blocks, we have another rest stop, and it just seems that as we get farther out now, it's just more and more desolate, so I get the feeling that we might be getting close to the end of the highway. Finally. Man, the road's going up and down now, and it's made out of dirt. This is... Wait. No. This isn't the end, is it? What? How... No, there's no way that could be the actual end of the highway. That would be so anticlimactic. This has to be a joke. What do you bet the road was destroyed and there's more up ahead? I guarantee you this is not the end. Let's push forward. And there we go. I knew it wasn't the end. The road must have been destroyed. That's the only explanation. Because there's that huge... That's at least a few hundred blocks long, that gap of ocean with no path. So where could the end of this highway actually be? But the fact that there's a missing gap of the highway means we must be getting close. You may have noticed I skipped 80,000. That's because there was no actual miles. Oh, hold up. Oh, hey, acidic energy. You left your horse here at negative 80,000 on the highway. Man, I love having this hack enabled. It lets me see who original mob owners actually are. But that person's not online. Wow, so negative 80,400. It looks like this is the actual end of the road. Look at the signs. Can someone please build a road, it says? I've scouted several thousand blocks ahead, and sure enough, that was the actual end of the road. There's nothing else out here. Just people popping out of the nether just to see what's on the overworld at this point. So wow, the Western Highway, the least traveled highway, goes 80,000 blocks. That's a long distance, even for the shortest, least traveled highway. Now we know. But this was a fun road trip today. It was fun to do this kind of video. It was a nice change of pace. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Also make sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on when new Minecraft content is coming out. Well, that's it for today, everyone. Take it easy, and we'll see you next time.